You are listening to Charlie's Truth audio blog, entry 13. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Hello, friends. Hello, family. Hello, community. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. And if you are new here, welcome. This is another entry into our audio blog, kind of like a vlog, but audio, okay? I just could not commit to carrying around the camera for us. And so when I am ready, I will. But for now, we will do an audio version. If you are new around here, my name is Charlie, okay? I am an intuitive guide, a soul purpose guide. I'm an energy channeler, a spiritual mentor, okay? Medicine woman, artist, free spirit, many, many, many things. I'm everything yet nothing at all. So sometimes I tend to embody whatever role calls to me in that moment and I feel aligned with, but I'm a natural leader, okay? And so I say all that to say we're going to talk about one of those roles today. But before I get started, I pray that you all are well. I pray that life is loving all over you. I pray that you are in a state of peace as you're listening to this. If you are feeling a little uneasy or overwhelmed in this moment, I am sending you a virtual hug. I want to remind you that all is well. If there is any problems in this moment, there are also solutions. I pray that you surrender to what is and allow it, and know that clarity comes. Clarity is here. Just got to open up to it. All right. So I'm sending you all a virtual hug wherever you are, whatever you're doing. I love you. I thank you for listening in. This is another morning edition. Yesterday I did a morning record. Today I'm doing another morning record. This time we are doing a morning record because something this morning happened and it inspired me. So here I am. Today I want to talk about energy. I want to talk about our ability as humans to pick up on energy, okay? And to our ability to pick up on energy and to interpret it or read it, feel it, all the things. So, as an energy channeler, I often say that my first language was energy. A lot of times when I would pick up on energy and I would know things about people, I didn't really understand. I just thought I was magic, right? When I was younger and I used to pick up on energy about people, know things about people that no one ever said, when I knew people with insecurities, I knew why they were acting certain ways. They would say one thing, but I would feel another. And I always trusted what I was picking up. And I just thought I was magic. As I got older, I understood intuition a little more. I understood gifts a little more. And the more I grew in my awareness, the more I grew in my remembrance journey, right? I realized that I'm gifted, right? I'm designed this way and we all have different gifts and they all like work with us in a different way and we're able to get in touch with it in a different way. And so for me, I have the ability to pick up on energy and I can interpret it, right? And whether it's energy in the moment, energy coming in, or energy that is like just lingering. There's sometimes I even go to like I can be on the FaceTime with my sister and she'll move her phone to a certain part of her room and I'll be like, ooh, that's a lot of dense energy over there. Like break up that space, clean up that space, and it's just like you could feel it. You could feel it. You could sense it. Something's off. Something's off, right? And I have this need to fix things. I have the channel of judgment in human design. So I'm always looking to correct things and it's the root connected to the spleen. And so it's an intuitive a process, is a knowing, okay? And so yeah, so we have these abilities to pick up on energy, read energy, understand energy. And human design basically gives you language for that. And so human design has definitely been a help in me becoming more confident as an energy channeler, understanding my gift, understanding how it works, and just fine-tuning things and just understanding myself better so that I know what energies are mine and what belongs to someone else. And so let me tell y'all what happened this morning. So last night I stayed over at my boo's place, right? The guy I'm getting to know or hanging out with. We had dinner. I decided to just stay over. We live close by each other, but I was already tired, so I was just like, all right, whatever. I'll stay over. I'll get up. We gotta go to work in the morning. Well, I work from home, but you gotta go to work in the morning, so I'll just get up when you get up, and that way, I go home, exercise, do my morning routine, whatever. Y'all don't need that information, but I give all details, okay? So I wasn't planning. I didn't go there like, oh, I'm sleeping over. As I got there, I'm like, feeling it out, seeing how I feel. I try not to commit to things until I know for sure is what I want. Because sometimes I just like waking up in my bed. I like waking up at my home just so I can have a fresh start in my own energy field. And there's a reason for that, okay? So this morning we get up. It's like 5:30. My alarm goes off, so it's 5:35. So, because my alarm goes off, right? So we get up, we're whatever, da da da, and we're like talking. The way his place is set up, someone was already in the bathroom, and so time is pushing, right? Because now we get into like 6 o'clock, whatever, and all of a sudden I'm like irritable. He's breathing is bothering me. Touch me is bothering me, right? Like I'm just irritable, just annoyed. And so I'm just like, so he is, I don't know. I think he like cleared his throat, right? He ends up clearing his throat. And I'm just like, you coughed on me. And he's like, I didn't cough on you. Like, I'm breathing. And I was like, whoa, you're breathing on me, right? And I'm just like, Aggie, like, I have no idea. Let me tell y'all, when I wake, I'm almost always in a good mood. I don't wake up in bad moods. I don't wake up on wrong sides of beds. Like I wake up, I may be a little tired, right? A little sleepy still, but I wake up in a pretty peaceful state. Like I'm always in a state of peace for the most part. Like I don't, I'm just. It's just expected with me, right? Like that's just that's just what I do. That's who I know myself to be. And so like everything was bothering me this morning. And I was like, what is going on? And so I don't know. I was standing up and like we were just talking. And I was like, I'm just so irritable. And I was like, I just named it. Like, I feel so irritable. Like, what is going on? It's way too early. What problems can I possibly have? Like, I barely got out the bed. Okay. I didn't even look at my phone. So what issues could possibly exist for me? Okay. And so I'm like, oh. So I get up out the bed and I'm standing there and I don't know what we were talking about, but I was like, I was like, I'm irritable. And then I was like, not I am, but I feel. And I was just like, maybe I just don't like you. Because like who just got an attitude about everything? You breathe, I got an attitude. You cough, I got an attitude. Like what? Right, because I call myself out on shit. Like, girl, get over here. What is your issue? And so he was like, well, that doesn't feel good. I was like, tell me about it, right? Like, I don't like the way this is feeling either. But like, I feel like our relationship and connection is such a safe space that I don't think either one of us ever feel insecure when we speak about, feelings that aren't comfortable, right? Like we just like ever since we met, we just had this energetic connection that feels just so safe and just so I've never in my life experienced it. So I have no idea what it is. I'm still like in awe sometimes, but then I also know that on a spiritual level, like this is a karmic relationship. And so one of the things is for me to handle it well, right? Like I'm learning a lot about myself through it. And I think we both are. And so and I can talk to y'all about that, I think, another day, because I don't think I mentioned to you all about that relationship and just like how I figured out it's a karmic relationship. Anyhow, so that passed, right? We chilling. I'm laughing because I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It's early. So then he gets up and starts smoking. So he's smoking, and all of us, y'all, the minute soon as the smoke hit the air, when I tell y'all the sense of peace that came over me, okay, I just had this very calming energy. Like it was so calm. I was like, oh, it was your energy. You're irritable. And mind you, I forgot what he was already. So this is the thing. He was already like, because he had looked at the weather and he saw that it was going to be like 95 degrees. So he was already thinking about how rough the day was going to be, how irritable he was going to be. Right? Like, I'm over here like, the day didn't even get there yet. Like, set some positive intentions. And he's over here talking about how hot and how annoyed he's going to be, which I get because I'm the same way. I saw him yesterday after he came from outside and he was irritable as shit. And that's exactly how I get. So I was just like, whoa, I know that energy. I know it. And so like when he was waking up, he was just, after he was like looking at the weather, his schedule's already off because somebody's in the bathroom. And so I'm just like, okay. So there was just like things going on or whatever. And so I'm just like, it was your energy. You were feeling irritable. And I was just picking up on your feelings. And so here's the thing, right? So in human design is all about energy. It tells you how your energy works. It tells you how you are receiving energy, how you are broadcasting energy, right? And this is all potential. This is all potential, right? How it actually expressed in practice will depend on you. It will depend on your environment, right? It will depend on your conditioning. It would depend on where you are in your journey. So all this is about potential. But in human design, in my human design chart, I have a completely open emotional center, right? So we know our emotional center is an awareness center, right? It is aware of our emotions, right? And so it helps us to, right, most people who have a defined emotional center have like a certain consistent wave with their emotions. They have a certain way that they process their emotions or they feel these emotional waves. And so it just was so interesting how like I was picking up energy. And that's just not that it was interesting. Let me back up. It's not that it was so interesting because I know I pick up on energy. There are times where I be in groups and someone new would join the group and all of a sudden I feel sad. And I'm like, why the fuck do I feel sad? Right? And so like that lets me know that okay, something here changed. So usually when I'm in a situation where I'm like completely at peace or whatever energetic feel I'm in, whatever emotional state I'm in, I usually stay there. And so I always feel neutral. That's my general stance. I generally just feel neutral all the time, right? Unless something activates me. But generally, I just feel neutral. When I get around people, that's when all the other emotions start. It's even challenging when I'm getting to know someone or I'm in a relationship because sometimes I feel their emotions as mine. And I think I'm so obsessed with a person when in reality, those are their emotions. And I'm just, not only am I feeling their emotions, but it's being amplified, right? So that irritability I was feeling, I wasn't just feeling irritable, like I was amplifying it, and I was amplifying it by reacting to it too. Like I was expressing so loudly like what was happening, and I wasn't, it was just such an interesting experience. But so like I was saying, so the emotional center is all about like how people are experiencing their emotions. And so I don't have that defined, right? And so that means that I don't have a consistent way of experiencing emotions, which also means that I can pick up other people's emotions, and I'm here to become wise about emotions, right? So that means that I can feel emotions and have different emotional processes because like I'm here to be wise about that center. I'm here to be wise about like emotions, and so anywhere you have opening in the human design system from the lens of the human design system is where you're taking in that energy and able to amplify it, right? You're able to taste the energy, you're able to experience it. And sometimes if you aren't aware of your own energetic makeup, you will identify with that energy, right? So someone who doesn't have a root center defined, right? They don't have that motor of the root, right? But they get around someone with that motor of the root and all of a sudden, or right, it's because the root center is also a pressure center, and all of a sudden they feel this pressure to do things, and all of a sudden they have this energy to start doing things, right? Now they have the motor and to take the action. But the minute they leave that person's energetic field, they no longer have that energy. Or somebody who's around somebody who has a undefined heart center, and then they're around somebody with a defined heart center, and they make this commitment that they're going to do this thing. The chances are when they get out of that person's energetic field, they probably have no intentions of doing that thing. Whatever will they had, whatever in energy they had to do that thing is going to be gone, right? Because the energy that they were feeling and being inspired by wasn't theirs, right? Like they were borrowing it. And so, energy is such an interesting thing, and it's super important that we are mindful of how we are when we're alone, and then how we are around other people. That way, you know your energy, you know what's you, and then when you're around other people, you can tell, like, all right, I'm being influenced here. Okay, I'm being like I said, if I'm around somebody with a defined emotional center, and all of a sudden I'm feeling all these different emotions, I can know that those are not mine. And instead of like reacting, responding, and feeling like I need to do something about it, I could just witness them. And not only can I witness them, I can also just get out of the energy field. Because if you get out of the energy field, it will also dissipate. So there's solutions. But I thought it was just so interesting today that I wasn't even thinking about the fact that like this can be his emotions, but I also was just so shocked that I was feeling irritable, because it's just like, girl, you must not like this man, because why are you irritable this early? You just woke up. Are you okay? And so thankfully, God is good. Okay, God gonna show up every single time and give us clarity. And so, once he smoked or whatever, I said something to him. I was like, it's your energy I must be picking up on. Like, which, like I said, he had already been mentioning that he was irritable. He was going to be irritable. He was like naming these things, and I was like listening, but not really, because he's like, he doesn't let his emotions get the best of him. So I'm just like, all right, like, he's just talking. I didn't expect to be feeling while he talks, okay? And so it was just so interesting, and I think that we both learned the lesson. We both started laughing about it, and I was because yesterday he was being a Krabby Patty, is what I kept calling him, because he was irritable yesterday too. Which, like I said, this is New York. It's hot. We are in a heat wave. You being irritable after coming from outside in that heat, I get it. I get it. I'm not gonna bother you. I might laugh and talk shit because you talking shit. But I'm not gonna pick on you. I'm not gonna talk like I'm not gonna judge what you're experiencing, but I am gonna joke and laugh about it, because he was hella irritable, okay? And he was very serious about it. His milkshake has melted. Like, he was just done. He was just done. So yesterday I started calling him Krabby Patty, and he was like, "What does that mean?" And I was like, "I don't know," but he was like, "Oh, from SpongeBob," and I was like, "Yeah, I don't really even know why I'm calling you Krabby Patty, because I don't even know if I know anything about the crab in SpongeBob animation." So whatever. He got the reference, and this morning, he was like walking me to, like, we was walking out. He was just like, "You want to go tell your blog about me being crabby?" I was like, "Absolutely, thank you for giving me permission," because at this point, I am telling you that, because the whole point of this is I want to remind us that sometimes it's just not our energy that we're picking up on. Sometimes you are picking up on other people's energy. And if you're not into human design and you have no idea what I'm talking about, my bad. But if you are curious about what I'm talking about, I am on Medium as Charlie's Truth. You can look me up, and you can see I write articles about human design, so you can learn about it. It is behind a paywall, but if you want to read the articles, just reach out to me, and I can give you the friends link if you don't have a Medium account. Or you can also go to liketolead.com. I also put all the human design articles up there for the most part. However, on Medium, there's like clickable links. The whole point is, like, I want y'all to have the information if you do desire it. And at the same time, like I said, like, learning about your human design, if you have because it's just like astrology. So you need your date of birth, your time of birth, and the location of your birth, right? To get the most accurate chart reading. And so when you get your human design chart, you can just start paying attention to what information calls out to you. And for me, energy is like a big deal. I'm very big on like what our aura is saying, what our aura is doing. And for me, like, everything in the human design system, when it comes to what's defined, is what you're broadcasting, and what's open in your chart is letting me know like what you're receiving, what you're receptive to, what you are able to taste or experience the spectrum of, right? Because if you have I have a defined throat, right? Like, I have a consistent way of speaking, right? But somebody with an open throat will not have a consistent way of speaking, and therefore they may experience different ways of communicating, different tones that they use, like all these different, like they can have way more experiences than I will, and so they may be way wiser. Some of us just are very like grounded in our own experiences, and we like, well, this is my experience and this is what it is. But there's some of us out here who we have so many experiences that, like myself, where I'd be like, I'm everything and yet nothing, because I have an undefined G center, which is our identity and direction center. And so I am everything and yet nothing at all. I am here to try on as many roles as I desire. I'm not here to be fixed in my identity. And so, like learning these things, realizing these things helps you be, in my opinion, be more not only self-aware, but also more grounded in who you are. So I know I have this undefined G center. And so when people come up with ideas, like, and I also have an open head. So sometimes like people come up with ideas, or I hear my friends say, oh, they're going to try this. And I'm like, oh, should I try that too? So I be having to check myself, because I'm like, girl, you want to try it because they tried it, because they mentioned it. But nah, that's a no for you, right? Like I be having to check in with myself, like, that's not for you. Like that was just that's a possibility, but it's not a possibility that we need to follow. And so human design is really beautiful in that way, because it does give you a lens into how your energy works, or how your energy is designed to work. Because remember, it's all potential. And I think like it was just so interesting, even like not talking about human design. Oh boy, like he got it when I was telling him about it. We both were just laughing, because I'm just like, we speak every morning. We know I'm just jolly Charlie. Like that's what I do. And so to be irritable this early is just like, what? Mm-mm. But it all worked out. We got a good cackle out of it. I too was reminded that, I want to be slow to assume that the emotions that absolutely makes no sense to me are mine. Okay. And so this was an opportunity for spirit to even show me, like, you are picking up on other people's energy. Be mindful of that, right? You may think that this is about you, and it's not. Yeah. That was really unexpected. And I'm still processing. It just happened. Like, and I just came up here and turned on the mic. But I was just like, wow, very interesting things. I loved it. It was a great experience. I'm happy to have had it, because I definitely did need that reminder. Because usually around him, I'm just so calm. I just feel so safe. I'm just so chilled. So yeah, I might get a little bored, but that's because like, oh, me and the word bored. I feel my friend was talking to me about this yesterday. And it may not be that I'm bored, more so that I just want time to myself. Like, and I'm getting cranky and aggy, whatever. It doesn't matter. Regardless of whatever situation I was in, right? I can say bored because I wanted the situation to change. Yeah. So that's what I got for y'all. It was really interesting to have that experience, and to recognize, like, and for both of us to recognize, because he's not that into this like energy and all that stuff. I think like he's getting more into it now, considering it more now, because that's what I talk about all the time, and that's the lens I see most things through. And so like, even if he doesn't get it, I still be saying it. Yeah, so I'm just like, because that's my language. And I think that even for him, like, it was funny because he even realized too, like, my energy just got lighter. Like, it got lighter. But the whole thing is like, it happened so quick. It happened so quick. And just like that, I was back to like my groove. I was back excited. I was back like, I was ready to go after that. I was like, oh wow. Wow, wow, wow. And so friends, if you are listening to this and you can resonate, or you think like, you know what, I might have those same experiences, pay attention. Start paying attention. Pay attention to how you feel around people. Pay attention to how your energy shifts when people tones change, when their facial expressions change, when their energy changes during a interaction. Like, pay attention. Pay attention, because there's so much energy. I mean, there's so much information available to you in that moment. So I wonder if I can do. I feel like it wouldn't be a vlog if I started doing like research and talking about human design. Not research, but like really organizing a whole chat about human design. I'll save that for a video. I feel like that's a video thing. So I can show you all the chart and everything else. And we can really talk about it in a more flowy way. Because right now I'm just like throwing things out there, like and they're things that resonate with the system for sure. However, like it's not as organized as I would like try to explain it to someone who's new to human design. But regardless of what, friends, that is what went down. That is what happened. I am reminded this morning to be mindful that sometimes sometimes the emotions I'm feeling are not mine. They are a reflection of what is going on with someone else. I am able to taste it so that I can support them in their journey, right? Instead of, you know, maybe thinking, oh my God, he's irritable and he's being aggy. Oh, clearly it was me. Clearly. I don't even know what he was doing with his irritability because I was too busy like being annoyed. Oh my God, bless us. What a time to be alive. But so that's what I got, friends. Be mindful. You thinking you're irritable and the whole time you're picking up on someone else's energy and feeling it. So to my empaths, I feel you. I'm sending you a virtual hug because this ain't for the weak, okay? This ain't for the weak, okay? But we can manage it. We can manage it and we can continue to practice managing it, practice becoming aware of it, and really just being able to be mindful. But sometimes you get caught up, right? Like I said, I'm usually around him and I'm just chilled and calm and I still feel me. Yeah. Cause now I'm thinking, I'm like, is that true? I do know sometimes I do pick up on his emotions, but I guess because they're always usually very happy and love filled that they don't really, get my attention the way that something that makes like feeling irritable would. And so now when I be feeling these feelings, I'm definitely gonna be checking in with myself and checking in like on just the temperature of the situation. And so I want to encourage you all to do the same, right? Like if you notice a shift in your emotions and you have no idea where it came from, just check your environment, check your thoughts, think about what you were just thinking about. If you were in a conversation, think about what that conversation was about. Just process it, right? Consider all the things, because sometimes it's not yours. Sometimes it's not yours, and when you have open centers, you're amplifying that. So the person may not even feel it as strongly as you do. It may be so subtle that they don't even notice it's there, but you will feel it, and that's the thing. And like they could be like, no, I don't feel that. Okay, and that's why you also learn to trust yourself in this journey. You learn to trust yourself. You learn to trust what you're picking up. um yeah, it's all a journey, it's all a process. And so there was something else I was gonna say and I kind of like it left, but it was about, oh, what I wanted to say is like, so human design tells us about a process that is naturally occurring, right? So it's telling us about how energy is moving through our bodies and how, you know um is expressing through our auras and how we are all able to communicate through our auras. We know that as humans because most of us talk about vibes all the time. I wasn't feeling a vibe, something was just off. Baby, you're picking up on energy, okay? You're an energy interpreter as well. That's all that is. You just gotta hone that skill. That's what that is. Hone that skill. How it comes to you, how your ability to interpret energy comes in may be different than mine. Regardless of what, that's what's happening, okay? Let's wake it up. But human design just talk about a process that's naturally happening. So I say that to say, regardless of whether or not you know your chart, regardless of whether or not you know about the human design system, this process is happening anyway. And that's why, like I said, so many of us can be outside like, oh, I'm not feeling a vibe. There's something off about them. I'm just, it's not personal. It's energetic. It's not personal. It's vibrational. Sometimes people just ain't feeling you. Sometimes y'all auras is just repelling each other, and that's just what it is. It's not personal. And so like, right, even though, oh, like we looked at his birth certificate, he doesn't have a time on his. So even though he doesn't have a time on his birth certificate, doesn't mean that he doesn't feel emotions. Just because he may not be aware of them, or he may not be aware of whatever else, like I have no doubt that he has a defined spleen. I know that for sure. I'm like, you for sure have a defined spleen, and maybe even a defined ajna, just because of the way he operates, right? But then again, the other issue with that is, right, we're all talking about potential, right? Because you can be anywhere on the spectrum of that energetic field, of that frequency, of that energy. And so you could be anywhere on the spectrum of that, the theme of that energy. And so there's that too. So there is layers to it, but there's nothing wrong with just guessing and joking around and playing around without taking it too serious. At the end of the day, the human design system, just like astrology, is a resource. It is a tool. It does not have to be used as if it's the end all be all, or that everything it says is the absolute, or it tells you who you are. No, no, no. It affirms who you are. It confirms what you already know, and it supports you in getting and expanding in your awareness, in my opinion, super fucking fast. Okay, this is like the cheat code to awakening, to remembering, because the information within the system helps you just become more aware. It puts things in the front of your mind for you to become aware of it, and once you notice it, you're like, oh shit, I do that, or oh shit, this is the not self version of me, or whatever else. And so there's so much information there to support us on our journey. And just like, I can say confidently, like, oh, that wasn't my energy. Oh, I was picking up on your emotions. And I get it, because, and I kept saying too, like, I need to go home. I need to clear. Before I officially knew what was happening, I was already like, oh, I need to get home. I need to reset my energy, because I, there's no way. There's no way I'm irritable. There's like, I refuse to believe that was my truth. Like, I was like, I need to get home. And so as soon as he smoked, because he got up, he was like, oh, because I kept saying, like, I need to get home, and I know that was frustrating him. Like, you just added more pressure to the situation that I'm already going through. But it worked out. We both laughed. We moved on. I mean, nothing was really happening. We were just both talking shit. But not like to each other or about each other, just about ourselves and the experience we were having. Listen, one thing I've learned in this journey is to be unapologetic about who I am and the human experience I'm having. I do not take myself so serious. I know that in one moment I can be irritable, and the next moment I can be joy. Okay, I am very childlike. I do not hold on to any emotion. I don't stay in any frequency for long periods of time, because this too shall pass. Even joy will leave, right? Even happiness, right? They come and go, they come and go, they be in flow. Oh, and it's all good. And I can be with whatever emotion comes up, because I know this too shall pass. But today was fun. It was interesting. I'm really happy to have started my day. And it's a full moon in Capricorn. So there's that. But with that being said, I'm going to get up out of here, because I'm going to go and work out so that I can get my day started. I love you all. I pray that you all are well. Watch your energy. Be mindful of your energy. Be mindful of the vibes around you. Be mindful of the environment you're in, because that also can be influencing how you're feeling, okay? You having depressive-like symptoms and your environment is chaos, baby, clean up the space, okay? I know if there's people living with you, that could be a lot more challenging, but let's brainstorm some ideas. What can you do with where you are to get yourself in a more grounded place and be able to stabilize it, be able to sustain it, okay? No matter what situation or circumstance you are in, peace can be there with you. And sometimes it just takes a mindset shift, an inventory of our thoughts, an inventory of our beliefs, and then some deconditioning and some new programming. Okay, reprogramming is what I was looking for, and some reprogramming to just get you back on track, to get you back in flow with your truth, the essence of who you are. Because anyway, anytime we feel depressive, we experiencing depressive like symptoms, we are resisting something. Okay, we are resisting something. We are pushing up against something, fighting against something, because there's no flow. And that's where the depressive like symptoms come up, because there's no flow. We are stuck somewhere. We're cycling somewhere. We're going in circles somewhere. Where is that? Let's clean it up. Okay, but I'm gonna head up on out of here, because that's not what we're here for, but we could be. I love you all so much. I pray that you all are well. I pray that you have your best day on purpose. I'm sending you a virtual hug, and may you enjoy your full moon vibes. If you are in a heat wave, or just it's hot as hell wherever you are, hydrate. Okay, stay hydrated, baby. Stay hydrated. So I'm gonna head up out of here. I love you all. Have your best day on purpose. You were listening to Charlie's Truth audio blog, entry 13. Thank you.